Hey, what's up, everybody? Jasbro Gonzo here. Another What's Next. Happy Monday to you. Well, in the ongoing continuous story that is the Ukraine and Russia saga, of course, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and of course, we have seen the outpouring of humanitarian efforts around the world. We have seen the love of people around the world in a unifying sense. Of course, one of the people that are at the ground zero of this whole situation is one Joe Dementia. Yes, you hate him, you can't stand him, you wish he would go away, but sadly you would have knee pads as your number one. But regarding Joe Dementia, there is you have a number of personalities who have come out and slammed him for the incompetence and buffoonery that he is. But one in particular who has been so eloquent with words in regards to how Joe Dementia really is, that is one Mark Levin. Yes, the Great One. Of course, he is old school. He is from the Reagan era, but anybody who's listened to his podcast and his, of course, his radio program knows that he plays no games. He plays no quarter in regards to telling you how he feels. But in this case, regarding Joe Dementia, yeah, we're going to have fun. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Quote from Mark Levin: "We have a damn fool in the White House." Well, you know, facts are facts. Sunday on his Fox News channel show Life, Liberty, and Levin, Mark Levin blasted President Joe Dementia and members of the administration over the handling of foreign policy amidst the ongoing Russia invasion of Ukraine. Levin called Biden a disgrace and disaster, describing him as a damn fool. He then labeled Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan pathetic and lamented that they were in charge of going up against genocidal maniacs in Vladimir Putin and, of course, China's President Xi Jinping. Biden is called the commander-in-chief. He's a disgrace and a disaster, Levin emphasized. He actually has the Russians negotiating with Iranians on a nuclear deal with us. What kind of fool does that? I will never know. He puts more sanctions on the American oil industry and no sanctions on Russia oil industry as I speak. What kind of a fool does that when we can use the oil to debilitate the Russian economy, Putin economy, the war machine, rather than debilitate you, Mr. and Mrs. America? We do have a damn fool in the White House. There's no question about that. We should be muscling up our military for any possibilities, and we're not. Despite spending trillions and trillions of massive debt, we are not muscling up the United States military. Russia, China, Iran, the axis of evil, the real axis of evil that exists. He continued, but why does this matter? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I am personally sick and tired of hearing the excuses for Putin and the attacks on the United States that we are somehow going to escalate something. We have been incredibly passive in the face of what Putin's doing. Diplomacy? Look who the diplomats are. Look at the Secretary of State. He's pathetic. Look at the National Security Advisor. He's pathetic. We've never had such a pathetic team in modern American history up against true, vile, genocidal maniacs. Well, Mark, tell us how you truly feel. But there is no surprise. That is 1,000% agreement on my part, that Joe Dementia is a clown. He's a buffoon. He's totally incompetent of what's going on in foreign policy. When you have a guy who from day one, he canceled the Keystone Pipeline bill, which killed off 25,000 jobs. He's crippled the energy industry in a matter of months when he took over as president. But yet we're the bad guys. We are. When you have knuckleheads from this administration saying, well, you know what, $5, $6 gasoline, suck it up. Suck it up, buttercup. Take it like a man. No, we don't deserve $5 and $6 gasoline prices. When under the former president, we were a little above $2 at this time last year. But then again, that's when you have someone from a business standpoint who actually knows what he's doing versus an incompetent, decrepit, dementia-riddled old clown who currently sits in the White House. But the situation with Ukraine and Russia is going to continue to get worse before it gets better. It's good that you have countries around the world that are uniting, saying, you know what, this stuff needs to stop before it gets even more out of control than it currently is. But what I am 1,000% against is American boots hitting the ground. I don't want it. We can't afford it. The lives lost, potentially, could be tremendous. And this is something that we should not do. I have no problem muscling up our military, per Levin. But at the same time, in Dementia's world, muscling up the military means diversity and inclusion and white rage, as per Mark Milley. General Mark Milley wants to study. That's not muscling up our military. That's making our military look like a bunch of soy clown pussies. Sorry. Hate to be blunt. But for the most part, I agree with Levin. We do have incompetence in the White House, and especially when it comes to a foreign policy aspect, that is where you do not need to be incompetent. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. I want to see more just like this. Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.